Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Tuesday of the 15th week in Ordinary Time. It's so very nice to be with you today. Please be very careful today. In fact, these next couple days, because it's a little hot outside, humid. Make sure you're hydrated. Remember, like I told you the other day, make sure you have your water. It's always good to get that water in and to make sure you're hydrated. Listen, we're having adoration in the main church because we're still dealing with our HVAC dilemma in the chapel. As you know, we need a whole new HVAC, that's the heating and the cooling unit for the chapel. It's on its own in the chapel, so that conked out, died. We band-aided it about 50 times. All the Band-Aids are gone. No more Band-Aids. The company says we can't Band-Aid it anymore. So we did as much as we could, but we need a whole new HVAC. So if any of you are interested in helping us with the HVAC unit that we need to replace in the chapel, that would be greatly appreciated. Maybe you could call the business office today or this week and ask for Mary Beth O'Connor. She serves as our business manager and director of operations, and she'll be able to tell you how much we've raised so far, what's the balance, and we can move forward on the project. But we really can't, because we can't take money from any other account, you know what I mean, to pay for that. We have to make sure that that is paid for that. That money is set aside for that. So, because if we don't, then everything gets off kilter, as you know. Everything is, you know, you can't rob Peter to pay Paul. You know, that's not good. You have to just make sure that you have all your accounting in good order, which God bless this parish. Everything is in its own proper account, and every dollar is accounted for. I always tell people, you know, they'll say, Father, here's a donation. I said, what is this for? Well, donation, I know. I said, but is it for Sunday collection? Is it for a mass? Is it for an article that you want to buy for the church? Is it for the HVAC for the chapel? I said, because I have to, every dollar has a code, and I put it on the conveyor belt. And then it stops, and it dumps into that, wherever that account is. And then that's how it's classified. And they're like, oh, okay, this is for this then. I said, okay, now I know how to classify it. So just to give you that kind of heads up. So we do need some donations for the HVAC, the heating and cooling unit for the chapel. So if you'd be kind, that would be very nice. Because many little gifts take care of it. Many little gifts take care of it. So the adoration right now of the Blessed Sacrament is being held in the church because that HVAC, thank God, touch wood. And you know why we touch wood, right? The wood of the cross. That's why we do that. You know that, right? You know, knock on wood. It's because of the wood of the cross, asking Jesus' intercession and blessing. So the HVAC in the church is fine. That's why the adoration is there. All right? So today I have with me, isn't this cute? I have today with me different sacramentals. You've heard of sacramentals, right? So we know what the 7 sacraments are, right? Baptism, confirmation, Holy Eucharist, and then we have reconciliation, anointing of the sick, holy matrimony, and holy orders. The 7 sacraments. We know the 7 sacraments. But how about sacramentals? It is those articles that we use for our bodies and soul, because it's always both that, not either or, to lead us closer into a relationship to Jesus Christ. You know, sacramentals must lead us to the sacrament. And I say that because that's the difference between a sacrament, a sacramental, and a good luck charm. See, a good luck charm is just like, oh, I just want to wear this to give me good luck. It doesn't lead you to the sacrament. See, sacramentals lead you to a closer relationship to Christ and his sacraments, which are the encounters of the risen Christ among us. Doesn't that make sense? Absolutely. So the difference between a good luck charm and a sacramental is that the sacramental, its purpose, its blessing, is to lead us closer to Christ in the celebration of the sacraments. Now I say that because some people hang rosaries from their car window, their rear view window, right? Some people wear them rosaries around their necks. Some people put them on statues and other things, but have no intention of going to church on Sunday. You know, going to Mass? No intention. It's just, good luck charm. See, that's the difference between a sacramental and just a good luck charm. Somebody wears a medal around their neck, and they'll say, oh, this is my patron saint. I love Saint Anthony. Oh, I love Saint Teresa. And then the person will say, but why don't you go to Mass on Sunday? I don't know. I don't know. I pray to God at home. That's good enough. Really? So you should pray every night before you go to bed, every morning when you get up, before your meals. That's normal. But why aren't you going to Mass? Why aren't you receiving the most blessed sacrament? Jesus' body, blood, soul, and divinity. Don't you believe that it's him? Don't you believe that the Mass is the very beautiful gift that God has given to us in Jesus Christ? What do you believe and understand the Mass to be? Some people don't get that. They can't articulate that back to you. So these things are not going to get you into a closer union with Christ unless you use them with the idea and the understanding that they are to lead me to the sacrament itself. That's why they're called sacramentals. And they're blessed by a priest. They're blessed by a priest or a deacon. So, do you have medals? Do you have a scapular? Do you have water that needs to be blessed? Do you have a crucifix? Do you have images of our Blessed Lady? Do you have any of these religious articles? Statues, rosary, scapular, medal, crucifix, images of our Lord, Our Lady, and the saints around you? They're called sacramentals. And they are to lead us to the sacrament. Not just because to be a dust collector or a good luck charm, but we understand them in light of our deeper relationship with Jesus Christ. I think that's very important to understand that. Now, most of you watching this afternoon are probably saying, I got that, Father. I understand that. Yeah, I don't use any of these religious articles as good luck charms. I absolutely use them to help me grow deeper in my relationship to Christ and leads me to the sacraments themselves. Then I'm like, perfect. You got it. You got it. But you might come across people, I know I have, I've come across people that have these religious articles and they use them as good luck charms. Not good. Not good at all. That's where you can catechize. You know, you could teach and just say, oh, that's beautiful metal. Who is it of? Oh, they'll say, oh, this is St. Anthony. Or that was my confirmation name. Oh, how beautiful. You know what St. Anthony would love for you? For what? To go to Mass. For you to go to confession. Well, no, don't say well. Well is where water is. Let's go here. This is what St. Anthony would have, he would say this right to your face. He would say this right to your face. I'm not here just to find your lost things, St. Anthony would say to you. I'm here to bring you to Christ. What do you think, I'm just a finder of lost things? Well, thanks a lot. That's what St. Anthony would say to you. Thanks a lot. What do you think, I'm just here to find your lost things? No. I'm here to bring you closer to Jesus Christ. That's what any of the saints would say. Any of the saints will tell that to us. They'll say, oh, that's nice that you have my image on a chain around your neck. But you know what I'm confused about, the saint would say? Why are you going to Mass and going to confession? What do you think this is going to just be your good luck charm, take all your pain away, and not bring you closer to Jesus Christ, the Savior of the world? Not a good thing to wear these things or to have these things around and not promote them for the good of the soul. The good of the soul, leading us to Christ. Do you have holy water in your house? I think every Catholic should have holy water in their house. There's a holy water tank in the back of the church by the baptismal font. You have easy access to holy water here. We fill that tank regularly. And you know what we put in that tank? Blessed salt. Do you have blessed salt at home? In fact, I just blessed a container of salt today for a parishioner. They brought in salt, you know, any type of salt, Morton's, and there's a special prayer that the priest prays over the salt to be added to the water. So if you have holy water, and if you have taken holy water from our church, it is already mixed with less salt. It really casts away evil. So holy water with less salt cast away evil. I even have less salt at the house where I live. I have it right there in our house. I hope you have some holy water with blessed salt in your home as well. Do you have a holy water font in your house? You know, you can easily get them. In fact, we offer a lot of these sacramentals at our little boutique table in church, right by the piano on the St. Joseph side of the church. Have you ever seen our beautiful boutique table that our head sacristan, Peggy Hinson, beautifully displays? Very, very nice. Candles, medals, scapulars. We even have holy water bottles that you could go back and fill with holy water. Now, none of those things are blessed, and I want to tell you why. So when you go to a religious store or you go to a religious place like a church, and they're displaying sacramentals. Again, sacramentals are religious objects that lead us to the sacrament. When you see them on a table for a donation, and really they're not, we don't say we're selling religious articles, we ask you for the suggested donation. And to make it very clear, these articles of faith are not blessed. Why? Because you can't buy blessed things. It's called simony, and the church is against that. Back in the Middle Ages, we could talk about what happened, but no longer. No longer. We have not done that in years. No longer. Articles of faith are not blessed because you're not buying the image with the blessing. You can't buy a blessing. Just like you want to have a mass offered, that's a donation. I think masses are a $10 donation. So be careful, how you speak about even masses. We do not say, I would like to buy a mass. We don't say those words. We like to say, I would like to have a mass offered for my husband, my wife, my children. Sure. Well, the donation is $10. And then the mass is offered. I would like to make a donation for some of these religious articles. I would like to pick up a medal, a cross, a scapular, a holy water bottle container. No holy water in it. Remember, you can't buy blessed things. See, the holy water is blessed, so we can't put holy water in the holy water bottle because you're only making the donation for the bottle. You're not making the donation for the water. See what I mean? And then after you make a donation for any of these sacramentals, you go to a priest or a deacon and say, hey, Father, deacon, would you be able to bless my image of Our Lady of Częstochowa? Would you be able to bless this crucifix? Would you be able to bless my scapular? In fact, on Friday, guess what Friday is? Friday is the feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. Scapular. Remember, Our Lady gave to Saint Simon Stock the scapular? The scapular is worn over the body, and a panel is in the front, and a panel is in the back. It's Our Lady's mantle around you, protecting you from harm, showering love and grace upon you. The scapular gets its name to go over the scapula. This area right here. See this area right here? It goes over. And that's where it gets this name scapular. Over the part of the body in which it lays. Makes sense, doesn't it? Absolutely. Remember, it's always body and soul. Both and, never either or. Because that's the Catholic theology. Now, some people, it's funny because some people say, hear you say that all the time, and I never knew that. It makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, look at everything in Catholic theology. It's always both and, it's never either or. Jesus is both human and divine. It is the body and the blood. Everything that you think about is so beautiful. In the theology of the church, it's both and, not either or. So July 16th, which is Friday, we're going to be blessing scapulars. And if you have not been enrolled, I will enroll you that day. So I'm going to do two things. After communion, I'm going to bless anybody's new scapulars. Okay? And then, if people have not been enrolled in the scapular, the brown scapular, because there's 5 colors, the brown scapular, because there's white, brown, red, green, there's many colors. I will enroll you into the confraternity of the brown scapular of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. She gave this beautiful scapular to St. Simon Stock as her mantle and her protection for him and anyone. Whoever wears this, it says, will never perish in eternal fires of hell. Now, what does that mean? Well, again, I'm going to go back to what I said to you from the very beginning of this reflection. These are not good luck charms. It's with the understanding that you use these, that you are a practicing Catholic, that you attend Mass every Sunday and Holy Day of Obligation, that you go to confession regularly, that you pray daily, and that you lead a good life in charity to your neighbor. Okay, having said that, absolutely, whoever wears this will not experience the fires of hell. And whoever wears this, of course, will keep away from the danger of losing your faith. I mean, how many people lose their faith? How many children of yours, grandchildren, have lost the Catholic faith? You know, people say, oh, I'm spiritual now. What does that mean? What's spiritual mean? Like there's a spirit out there that I get good vibes from, good energy. Do you ever see some people wear a bracelet? This gives me good vibes. You know, this really gives me good vibes. See, people make up their own religion. You know how many Catholics make up their own religion? Many. It's time to come back to the faith that Jesus founded. It's time to come back to the faith that Jesus founded. So, make a very good act of contrition. Make a very good confession. We offer confessions here now twice on Saturdays. After the 9 o'clock Mass and before the 4 o'clock Mass on Saturdays. So, after the 9 o'clock Mass, you'll see people lining up to go to confession. And you know, here at St. Mary's, we have a long line waiting to go to confession. And then right before the 4 o'clock Mass, from 2:45 to 3:45, we have another set of confessions. And then you could call Sandy and make an appointment, and I'll hear your confession in my office. Many people have done that. Many people say, you know, Sandy, I just want to talk to Father and go to confession. So a little bit of spiritual direction, little confession. See, that's when you make an appointment to see me. You can't have spiritual direction in the confessional because you can't spend that much time. Like, people are waiting. Sorry about that. I guess there's a lot of people using air conditioning. We have to make sure that my window unit doesn't go out. So anyway, confession is beautiful. You name it, you claim it, and God sends you out. Now, can you talk to the priest in confession? Yes. You could ask him a question. That's not a problem. Father, can I just ask you a question? Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Father gives you an answer. But it's not for spiritual direction. Anybody who wants spiritual direction has to make an appointment here at the parish office center with Sandy, who is the office manager. She'll book you down, you come in, and we could have a conversation, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Maybe you want to go to confession after the spiritual direction. That's the proper place, sure. Because it affords the priest and the penitent and the person for an amount of time that's not rushed. That people are not outside like saying, let's go, there's a line out here, we just want to go to confession. So in charity, I think that's important to know. Now, no way am I saying that you can't ask a question in the confessional. I mean, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Clarification about something. What I'm talking is about having an extended conversation that takes more than just an answer. That takes a dialogue. So you get the point, right? So there's a difference between confession with a question and spiritual direction, which you come in and you sit down and you want to have a conversation with the priest about your spiritual life. Father, I want to talk to you about my spiritual life as a Catholic. I want to talk to you about, I want to ask you questions. I want to see what I should be doing. I have a problem. There's an array of things that anyone could ask during spiritual direction. So, make an appointment. Sandy will make an appointment for you. You come in. This is my office, as you all know. And we talk. We talk. And if you want to go to confession here, no problem. No problem. All right? So, Friday is the feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. And how beautiful it is maybe to pick up a scapular. There's different ones, right? There's these beautiful leather ones. That's very nice, isn't it? And these also beautiful simple ones that you could wear. Now be careful, you can't take this into the shower because it will get all shangad, as we say in Italian. It will get all messed up. You have to, after it's blessed, you kiss it, you put it down, and then when you wear it again, you kiss it, and you put it on. It's out of respect. It's a blessed object. If it falls, you pick it up, and you bless it. And you put it on you. And that's with any sacramental. Medals, statues, of course crosses. It's good. It's good to have sacramentals around also because it directs our mind and our heart to God. Knowing full well that sacramentals are not sacraments. They're not good luck charms. See, when a Protestant comes to you and criticizes you for having these things, maybe you could educate the Protestant and saying, oh no, this does not take the place of God. No, I am not worshiping an object. No. These are things just to remind me as a person that my mind and my heart, it leads to God. It helps me as I journey to encounter the sacrament. It's just like when you have a picture of mom or dad and you have them in maybe your bedroom, or you put another photo of a family member that died, and you have them around and you look upon them. Now, is that your grandma? No, it's a picture of her. You know that. Same thing with statues or crosses, right? It's not really the person. It reminds you of the person, right? And you look at it with love and devotion, and you're just thinking. And people kiss it, you know why? Because it's blessed. They're not thinking that that's that person, or like, you know, or the saint. They're like, oh, you worship saints, or you worship Mary. How many times have you heard that? It's like, no, we don't. Who told you that? Who told you that we worship Mary or we worship the saints? Who told you that? That's incorrect. That's false. We don't do that. Oh, I thought you Catholics did that. No, we don't. We go to Mass and we receive Holy Communion, which is real. That's really Jesus. We go to confession. We experience Jesus in the sacraments. That's real. These things lead us towards the sacramental expression of the risen Christ. Oh, is that what you Catholics believe? Yes. Oh, sorry. I just thought you just worship idols. You just worship grave images. No. So let's be very careful and conscious of all that. You know why? Because when people talk to you about that, I want you to be able to articulate back to them and say, let's have a conversation, because I think you're missing something, or something's not right that you hear that misconstrues the devotion of a Catholic. We very much understand the real presence of God, the real presence of Jesus Christ manifested in the sacraments. We truly understand and believe that. We cannot have his real manifestation in sacramentals. No. We know that. But these things truly help us. I mean, I'm wearing a medal and a cross. I wear a cross and a medal. This is the miraculous medal, and this is the crucifix that I wear every day. Every day. When I take it off, I kiss it. When I put it back on, I say a prayer to Jesus Christ crucified every morning, and I say, O Mary conceived without sin, pray for us every course of thee, 3 times when I put on the miraculous medal. Now, I just do that as part of devotion. Then I go to Mass and I really receive Jesus. This is just an image of Jesus on the cross. But then I go to Mass every day and I actually receive him. This just leads me to the sacrament. This is not the sacrament. Well, I know that, and maybe you know that, but people don't maybe know that. So it's good to have conversations with people. So when you're in church next time, go over to the boutique table by the piano, see what's there, make a donation, take something, but then make sure you have a priest or deacon bless it afterwards, because those objects are not blessed. They can't be. They're blessed after, only after you have made the donation, because we can't sell a blessed object. It's called simony. All right? Well, thank you very much, everybody. I want to just tell you as we conclude, Sunday was the Feast of St. Benedict. Now, Benedict got bumped because a Sunday takes precedence over a saint. So Sunday was the Feast of St. Benedict. Are you familiar with the Benedict medal? Beautiful. Well, with that Benedict medal comes a special blessing. So when people ask me to bless their St. Benedict medals, I have a special blessing for that. And Peggy, God bless her, she always tells me, oh, Father, you have a St. Benedict medal to bless. I have the prayer ready for you in the holy water. Because you know, Peggy knows all this stuff. Thank God. I told you, I'd rather have a sacristan than a cook. Because sacristans are invaluable. They're invaluable because they prepare everything, they get everything ready, and it really helps the priest as the priest goes about his daily duties all day, that these things are ready. It's like when you watch the Rachel Ray show and she has all the onions chopped up and all the celery chopped up and all this, and then she's on that and she just adds it. Well, somebody had to be the sacristan for Rachel Ray, to have all that, prepared. So it's the same way with parishes. So I've been blessed with sacristans my whole priesthood. My first assignment, Max, he's now gone to God. Pray for me, Max. My second assignment, Vince, he's gone to God. Pray for me, Vince. My third assignment in South Philly at St. Paul's, Eddie, he's gone to God. Pray for me, Eddie. My fourth assignment at Ridley Park, John, he's still with us. Hey, John, if you're watching. And my fifth assignment, Peggy, who is taking care of IT today because Susan is on vacay. So thank you to all of you. I love you very much, and I'm grateful for the sacristans all across this archdiocese who do invaluable work for the parish. I really mean that. They do invaluable work. All those sacristans that I've mentioned, great job to all of you. They really are all in. All right, people, have a nice day, and until the next time, God bless you. Don't forget, tomorrow is Wednesday, which means it's Deacon Day, because it is Deacon Don and Linda Nichols on Wednesdays. Remember that. Please give them some love, everybody. God bless you.